Yo, well on, sir. Who are you?
C6.
Yeah? Where are we right now?
In Brixton.
Okay. So, how do you feel about the road closures?
It's fucked.
Who are you?
I'm Zachariah.
Okay.
Zach's Pryor.
Okay. And this is Zach's Tyres, yeah?
That's correct.
Yeah, so how do you feel about the road closures?
Well, it's bad, isn't it? It affects everyone, not just me, the residents. It's bad for all the shops, businesses, everything all round. It's causing more traffic on the main roads. More pollution. You know, it's a major cut through this way. It is affecting our businesses as well.
Yeah. Okay, so have you noticed less vehicles around the area are coming to your business?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and did the council contact you about the road closures?
Yeah, they did contact us.
What did they tell you? How soon was it?
It's going to be a temporary thing. They're going to try it out first and see how it gets on. But by the looks of things, it looks like a permanent thing.
Yeah.
The things they're putting out.
Okay.
True, isn't it? You know, they won't be putting cameras and.
Yeah, we filmed the stuff over there. It's a part 2 of the documentary. So, are you coming to the protest today?
Yeah, I'll be there today.
Yeah.
3:30.
Okay, great. Thanks for your time, sir.
Thank you very much.
This is a democracy. This is not a dictatorship. It's a freedom.
Now, actually, I have one opinion back here. Right, so we're going to just talk now. And we've got a number of speakers that are going to speak. And Patrick is a business owner and has been badly affected by what's going on. So I'm going to put him on now.
Yeah, I would just like to say, let's put the businesses aside for one moment. I know elderly people right now that cannot be reached as frequently as they was being reached before because of these road blockages. Yeah? This local council is putting the elderly at risk.
Yep. Yes!
Yeah? First and foremost, there are people in this area who've lived in this area and worked in this area all their lives, who have set up businesses, who have helped their community. And now they're going into liquidation because the council don't give a hoot about people's personal opinions. Yeah, that's why a small group of people sitting down in a room have made a decision that is now affecting thousands. Yeah, this is not right. Yeah, we vote for democracy in England, not dictatorship. Yeah, we don't live behind the Iron Curtain. Yeah, freedom of movement is as important as freedom of speech.
Nice one.
Well done.
Into the man.
I don't know if he's here yet. It's Tony, another business owner. Is Tony here? Okay, so shall we pass on to Zach? Zach is a long-standing business owner just up the road, and I've got him to say some words.
Just like to say I've been in Brixton 40 years. It's affecting our business very badly. The traffic is unbelievable. You cannot move any way. Everyone's blocked in. Everyone feels the same way. You know, what can we do?
Protest! What you do?
Protest.
You protest,
That's what we
you
do.
take it to the
Protest.
tunnel and you get rid of the electoral people in that tunnel who don't listen to you.
It's affecting,
That's what you do.
It's affecting everyone.
What is your
Everyone around the
business,
community is affected. The traffic, everything.
Okay. Okay.
Well done.
Is Harvey, another business owner, is Harvey here? No. Is Harvey here? Is Mark here? Another business owner? Okay. We're going to go straight on to Lizzie Berrington. Lizzie? Lizzie?
The post off the roads, yeah? Hello, neighbours. I'm a resident. I live on Shakespeare Road on the Railton LTN. Our road's been cut off halfway down the road. We've become a 900-metre cul-de-sac. We take all your dirty refuge on that part of Shakespeare Road. We're now taking all of the HGV trucks, all of the recycling trucks that we used to share through our local area. They're now all being filtered down Cold Harbour Lane, which is a residential main road. So this is where families are, and where schools are, and where nurseries are. And the traffic that's going to be increased on these main roads is going to be incredibly dangerous, incredibly toxic, and we're part of an experiment. The traffic is meant to become so horrendous through the numerous LTNs that people are expected to give up their car driving journeys, their work driving journeys forever. This is the logic, but some people will need their cars for work, or disabled residents will need their cars, and the carers who support those residents may need their cars to get to the local shops, support the local community. There's 10,000 small businesses in Lambeth, and many of those businesses are small and micro businesses, as the gentlemen here have been saying, and they support the local community, and they also support the livelihoods who work in those stores. We know for a fact, I've been knocking on doors down Atlantic Road, Railton Road and into Herne Hill and Dulwich Road. There's many Bain businesses on those roads that have been there for many, many decades. They are really struggling because a lot of their passing trade or returning residents who were born and brought up here, moved out to Croydon, Walworth, they're out in Calverwell and Clapham. They can't get into their community to support those cultural hubs that rely on their business. If you know any small shops in an L community where you are, please get their stories on your phone, please record their information, because we do need to filter that communication back to Lambeth, back to our representatives. As far as I'm concerned, butt lives with Boris Johnson, surprise, surprise, who's forced the hand of Sadiq Khan in order to accept these unproductive LTNs which aren't suitable for inner city London. So that's what I'm going to say for the time being. Thank you, neighbours. It's congratulations, it's hard to come out in the rain.
Yes.
Wow, thank you so much, Lizzie. Now, did you hear, Lambeth Council, what you are doing? You are killing Brixton. That's what you are doing. You're killing the Brixton businesses, the generations of small businesses that have been here. You are killing them, but maybe you're doing this on purpose. Now I'm going to pass you on to Mark, Jane and Spencer. Jane and Spencer, please.
In July 2020, the week that changed our roads, on the 17th of July we had a letter informing us of change. On the 25th of July our roads were taken away with no consultation and no care for our community.
They say we don't like change. We are the old school. We have had to move further afield. We have had to drive to school because of the postcode buyers. They took away the arches, they took away our businesses, and now they want to take away our roads. Stopping our elderly, stopping our vulnerable, and stopping our community doing what we do so best in Brixton.
This is for our own good. We can push traffic onto already trafficked and polluted roads. They don't care. If our children are forgotten, the elderly, the vulnerable, the care workers disabled, and if our families have to struggle.
Our councillors, Claire Holland, did she talk to us? No! Joshua Lindsay, did he talk to us? No! Jessica Lee, did she talk to us? No! And our MP, did she listen? No! They are liars. Liars! They claim consultation, but they say we don't need this consult, just to the community.
Today we say no, hear our voices. We said it's time to stand up, to be counted. It's time to say goodbye to the councillors. Holland, Lindsay and Lee, you must go. It's time to be heard. Make this their poll tax, bring them down.
Yes!
Thank you. Jane and Spencer, thank you so much. Thank you so much, our local residents. You all are hearing what we are feeling. Please just ignore this man. Thank you! Thank you! Can we just ignore this man? Mister, you need to plant a tree, darling. What did he say? What did he say? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? Lambeth Council, you are liars! Lambeth Council, you don't care about the residents of Brixton. Lambeth Council, all you care about is money, honey. And Lambeth Council, we're going to keep coming. We're going to keep coming, and we're going to keep coming until you give us what we want. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? Lambeth Council, have you seen what you've caused us to do? We want to come out in this weather to protest, to show you how passionate we are about what you've done to our road. You've locked us in, you've closed us in. Residents are united. We are united on behalf of the elderly. We are united on behalf of families. We are united on behalf of businesses. Lambeth Council, do you care about what we care about? No, you don't. Do they care? Do they care? Lambeth Council, you are disgraceful. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on Lambeth Council. Shame on Lambeth Council. Shame on Lambeth Council. Shame on Lambeth Council. Claire Holland, you need to come and show your face and sit down with us. Claire Holland, we voted you in and we're going to vote you out. We voted you in, we're going to vote you out, Claire Holland, and hear what I'm saying. We voted you in, Claire, and we're going to vote you out. Lindsay, the two Lindsays, we voted you in and we're going to vote you out. Because you are not listening to us. Lambeth Council, we are very, very, very tired. Although these LTNs have not been long, they are driving us round the bend. They are driving us around the bend, literally. We've got to go round this bend, that bend, this bend, that bend, just to get to our homes. My home is up the road and I've got to drive nearly 35 minutes longer to get to my home because they have decided to close it. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? Have we got any other businesses here that would like to speak? Is there anybody that would like to say something about what they're experiencing with these closed roads? Please do not be shy. Whatever you're going through, let us know. You're here to have your voices heard. Your voices must be heard. Your voices must be heard. I'd love to do that. Shall I say what she said? She said, shall we tear down the town hall? Shall we tear down the town hall? We pay your tax, we pay your wages. We pay for our streets. We pay our council taxes. So how comes we cannot decide on what you do with our streets, Lambeth? How did that get to happen? Hey? Lambeth Council, shame on you. What do we say? Shame on Lambeth Council. What do we want? When do we want it? Ferndale Road. I know Ferndale Road very well. And Ferndale and made archery for all the road cars that have been pushed off, the little side roads, they've all now gone to Ferndale Road. The pollution has now moved to Ferndale Road. Lambeth Council, shame on you. Children live on that road. Seniors live on that road. People with chronic lung diseases live on that road. And you have moved all that traffic to that road. Clear Holland, oh my gosh, you have got a lot to answer for. Yes, you have. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? Would anybody like to say something? This is your time to get your voices heard. I was able, when this first happened to me, I thought I was the only one going through this, feeling what I was feeling. And then I decided to go on next door and ask, is anybody else feeling like me? And there were so many people that were frustrated with this change. We have just to do something, and we have got to continue to protest. What do we want?
Hello, sir. Who are you?
I am Dwayne and I'm at Atlantic Bakery.
Okay, where were you? In Brixton?
In Brixton.
Okay, cool. So, how do you feel about the road closures?
The road closure is affecting everybody in Brixton. It is now destroying my business. It's now after 12. There is no customer here. In the days you used to have drivers stop by and buy things from you. Nobody's coming. Coming from on the road, you can't make a left into Atlantic Road. We have a minor of our pass by trade or walk by. 80% of our customers are people who drive by. And because of the closure of the road, it is affecting everything pertaining to your business. It's midday now and I haven't sold a pound from morning. The road, if you look into the shop, you look on the street, there's nobody. No vehicle can come nor go on an Atlantic Road. And I personally do not believe the council or whoever is in authority take into consideration that the small business would be affected. And I'm quite sure, 100% sure, if there was a different race of people who are operating or doing business on Atlantic Road, their view would be taken into consideration. And it is a sad thing, in a day like now, your race matter in Brixton. And I think it's time for Lambeth to treat people, everybody equal. And I do not think everybody in Lambeth are treating equal, even as a businessman in Brixton.
Okay.
We cannot just do it once. We cannot do it twice. We've got to keep on and on and on until they reverse what they are doing. And it has happened. Brighton Council, they have taken away the bollards they put up.
Yo.
Right. So, what do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want? What do we want? Where do we want it?
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot I had something prepared, so I'm going to use that because the passion is just taking me over.
Speak from your heart. Speak from your heart.
Good afternoon, everyone. Oval, Stockwell, Wandsworth, Streatham, Ealing, Islington, Kennington, Wilson Road, Atlantic Road, Shakespeare Road, and the Ferndale Road. Thank you all. I've got to say thank you all for coming in this atrocious weather, but thank you all the same. This is the first of many protests, but firstly, which I think that's gone out the window, I was going to tell everybody we've got to be social distancing and wear your masks. Okay. So as I was saying, I am a local resident and I have never, ever felt so passionate about an implementation that I decided that I've got to do something about it. Trust me, and this is what I'm doing. I have never attended a demonstration in my life. I have never attended a protest in my life. I am not political at all. But I felt I had to do something. And the reason why is because I felt like Lambeth Council had taken away my right to decide. My right to decide my mode of travel. I'm not against cycling. I'm not against clean air. I'm not against this fantastic planet that's for all of us. But I am against those councillors in Lambeth sitting in their bloody offices making decisions that directly affect our lives. That's what I'm against. We are living in a democratic country where choice must be acknowledged. So these measures which have been forced upon us to restrict our movements, to monitor our actions, to create frustration, to create violence, and to bring division. I say a big fat no to that. What do I say? No! What do we say? No! Lambeth, there must be a better way to achieve the common goal. There must be. Lambeth Council, if you don't know what to do, just ask us. Simple. Just ask us. As Tommy Cooper used to say, just allow. Just allow. We are a long-standing, diverse community. This is Brixton! Where are we? This is not your little country bloody village. If you want little country lanes, then live in the countryside. Lambeth, you need to go back to the drawing board. Rethink your strategy and remember Lambeth, to speak to us. Because we are all in this together. What do we want? When do we want it? Now. What do we want? When do we want it? Now. Stop the Brixton Road closures. Stop the Brixton Road closures. Stop the Brixton Road closures. People, this is a very important thing for us. This is why we are out here. Today, we saw a fire engine stuck in bollards. They could not get through. Now, can you imagine on the other side of that bollard, a house on fire with a family in it, and all the fire engine can do is sit and watch that house burn? Can you imagine? Now, this is the type of implementation that Clear Holland put in place. They didn't even measure the size of the bollard to make sure that emergency services could get through. That is the kind of people we have got running this council. Disgrace on you, shame on you. We need to have competent people running us. We need to get rid of the councils that are running Lambeth Council. We need to get them out. Yes or no? Get them out! Get them out! Get them out! Get them out! Clear Holland, you're going! And Clear Holland, apparently, you're about numbers. Darling, little, but sweet. Trust me. Okay? And we are little, but we are sweet. What are we? Little, but sweet. What are we? Little, but sweet. And Clear Holland, as I keep saying, we're coming to get you. I want you to be trembling in your bloody Wellington boots. That's what I want. Clear Holland, I'm a very nice person. Like I said, I am not political at all. But Clear Holland, you brought some passion out of me. You really did. When I woke up that morning and realised that I could not go and do my daily shopping with my granddaughter, I had to drive an extra 30-40 minutes to my local Tesco's. Actually, my local Tesco's is just up there. And guess where I've got to drive now? I've got to drive round, up, back, round again. Can you imagine? An extra 30, and you're talking about pollution. You are talking about pollution. How much pollution do you think that's going to be causing? Where do we want? Where do we want Where do we want it? Now! Okay, look at that big bloody truck over there. Right? Look at that big bloody truck over there. And there's a road called Palmwest Road that we have trucks like this driving up. Okay? They've actually closed that road as well. So where are trucks like that, because they deliver to our local shops, right, to our Marks and Spencers, to our Sainsbury's, where are they going to go to drop off their deliveries? How are they going to get to the shops to drop off their deliveries? Did they think about that? Where do we run? Where do we run it? Where do we run? Where do we run it? And it's not just drivers. It is not just drivers that are really annoyed with this.
Ambulances.
Ambulances, the fire brigade, the police service, emergency services, cyclists. We've got a cyclist here. Cyclists are against these LTNs. And then you've got silly twits like that man. He doesn't even know. He hasn't got a clue. He doesn't understand. He's not living in the real world. He's living somewhere up there. Where do we run? Where do we run it? Where do we run? Where do we run? Where do we run it? Now I'm going to put the mic out again. Oh my God, you people look fantastic. Thank you all for you all coming out to support the cause, because the cause is very important. It is very important because really what they're trying to do, they're trying to take away our freedom of movement. They want to, this is nothing to do with COVID. Nothing to do with COVID. Nothing to do with global warming. Nothing. Because if it was, they would have sat down and worked this out better. What they're doing, they're moving all the pollution. This road, look at all the traffic, just look at it. Half of this traffic has come from the roads that they've closed down. Where do we run? Where do we run it? Where do we run? Where do we run it? We've got children actually, I know a child who is autistic. And this child is used to a particular journey. Since these LTNs have come into place, this child has become so disorientated because his journey is not the same. It is causing great stress to his mother. It's taken an extra 30 minutes for this lady to get hold of her son, and it's causing, oh my gosh. So, what I want people to understand, that it's not just about driving your car. It's about life. It's about how we live. It's about getting here and there. It's about looking after our parents. It's about the carers getting to our parents. It's about delivering food to food banks, to people. It's about getting to your local church. I have a local church, and our seniors depend on going to church on a Sunday. That is their social time. And guess what? A lot of people, the people that would pick them up, accompany them, cannot do it anymore because of the road closures. Where do we run? Where do we run it? Where do we run? Where do we run it? Yes, the freedom of movement and choice. Yes, the freedom of movement and choice. But to LTNs. Let the bouncers shower where the sun doesn't shine. Where do we run? Where do we run it? Where do we run? Where do we run it? Where do we run? Where do we run it? We are Brixton. We are Brixton. We are the ones that is feeling the stress. That is why we are here. Claire Holland and the Lindsays, where are you? You're not here, are you? You're shivering in your boots. We are the ones that make Brixton. What do we want? Where do we run? What do we want? Where do we run it? What do we run? Where do we run it? And guess what, Lambert? We're going to have a really nice time outside your front doors. Trust me. People, it's very, very sad that it's come to this, you know. I've been living in Brixton since 1996. And when I first moved there, I was unsure. I was coming from West London. I was unsure of the area. I said to myself, I came here with my children. And I'm still here now, 2020. And the changes that I have seen in Brixton has kind of thrown me, but I've learned to live with it. But this is something I cannot live with. I cannot live with this. What do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want? Where do we want it?
So, was you consulted by Lambeth Council or any other governing body about the road closures?
Personally, no. When the road closed, I saw a gentleman outside when he was doing the thing, and he gave me a number and said we can call him and what have you. It was closed for people to eat in the street or something pertaining to that, but nothing pertaining to that. We had a business association here in Brixton. I'm a member of the Brixton Business Association. I haven't heard anything about it, nothing.
So you've heard nothing since the road closures,
We
and
have
before
nothing
then there was
since nor after.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay. So.
Fuck. Sorry if I'm
No, that's great.
Yeah, it's fuck. They're doing it on purpose. They've done it before around Loughborough, and the residents, you know, fought and stopped it, and now they're doing it again, especially round by the Acre Lane area. I think it's all designed to make money and to frustrate residents. I'm not sure. There's definitely something behind it, but we need to get it stopped. Okay. They're stopping our freedom.
Man down. What you guys are all going through, we in Islington are also going through. Exactly the same thing. The whole of London is experiencing what you're experiencing. Birmingham, Manchester, other places. It's not just your local communities, it's across the UK, okay? It's across the UK. And the worst thing is, for all of you, how we're all exactly the same, whether we're brown, white, pink, blue, whatever, none of you were consulted about the changes they made to your streets. And you know what that echoes of? East Germany, when they closed off Berlin. They woke up one morning, the street was closed off, and nobody asked us. Nobody. Okay? It affects the most vulnerable in your communities, okay? The most vulnerable people. The people who need the district nurse to attend their house, who now has to spend less time with that person because of the time it takes them to get around. And we do have these people out there who have this imaginary illusion that traffic is just going to go poof and vanish. Well, I'm sorry, we all live in the real world. We all live in the real world. We deal with normal things in your lives, and it isn't just going to go poof. It's going to stay like you look at Acre Lane now. I come here at 2:30, that traffic has not moved since 2:30. Been there since 2:30, probably there all day long. The same around the corner, okay? Your communities are being closed off. Why should you be closed off? Why should you have the choice of your movement dictated to by, and I'm calling this, a cabal and a clique in these town halls, because we've got the same in Islington, that don't care what any of you think, what any of you say. They don't care up until election time, when they're knocking at your door. Can I have your vote, please? And you know what you lot need to do? Ta-da, shut the door in their face. And you need to get local people, normal people who do normal day-to-day things. You guys need to stand up and say, you know what? I'll stand up as a councillor for my borough, because I like Brixton, I like Oldham. Here's the one. You like that? Because then that's when they will realise how they screwed it all up. Because when it takes normal people, and myself, I'm not political at all, same as Andrew. I've never protested a thing in my life apart from my civic duty and vote every 4 years. And that When normal people come out and stand in the rain and get wet, then they need to be fearful. Because when you guys are out there getting your local neighbours out to vote for your local people, and they don't get in, and they're sent out of that tunnel, you guys take it back that way, then they'll realise that until that time, you guys need to stick together, you need to be a community. Like it was during lockdown, that community needs to come back again. You don't let this council, or any other council, smash that community by destroying your streets where you live, okay? When you want an ambulance to your door, you want it there pronto, ASAP. You don't want them having to sit on Acre Lane or Cold Harbour Lane in traffic. You want them there quickly. Hey! See? Just like this. Love it. Love it. Well done. That's it. So listen, protests do work. We've done 4 in Islington. It took 4, and the final one, we was abused by a leader of our council. He tweeted awful stuff about us, that we was cab drivers, we wasn't local people, we was rich, we was racist. That's what we tweeted about us, and tweeted about me, by my leader of my local council. But you know what it got us? We've got a meeting with him on the 4th of September. Lucas spokesperson will be sitting with the leader of the council in Islington to change our LTNs. Okay, so you guys can get the power is in your hands. This is your day, your protest. Your power, there is support out there. Listen, we can hear it. And I'm telling you now, we started this earlier, there was about 10 of us. Look at you now, and it's been pouring rain. Yeah. Trust me. There's people out there, you just need to go out and spread the word. Spread the word and spread the vibe, okay? And you guys will smash it like we're going to smash it in Islington. Alright? Thank you very much for having me down south. We go back north for a minute. Yeah, oh, actually, I'm going to have an export Guinness later. Woo! Okay, I've just been asked to read a tweet from Dr. Neighbourhoods. So he's a councillor for Ferndale. Now on ethnicity, and here I quote directly from TFL, car ownership is the highest amongst London residents of white ethnic origin, with car ownership around a third lower among blacks and mix of ethnic groups. So if you're black, you don't have a car. That's what your parents are telling you. That's the thing. At your face, see your face. You're black. You're the mobbing there think you don't have a car because you're black. How about that? That is disgusting. Thank you. And I'm telling you something, it's so disgusting. I'm a normal working class boy, right? You got a jam down there? There you go, he's got a jam down. I know people who have 2 cars and they're so working class, they've got 2 cars. Because that's what their life revolves around. Alright? So that's what these people are tweeting about you guys. These are your people, your parents, your councils. Right? Because you're black, don't own a car, but white people can. Rubbish, it's populous. So we're going to do a quick intro. So there's one guy over here, Mr. David Curtin. He's an elected assembly member for the GLA.
London Assembly.
London Assembly. This man came and spoke at Islington protest, and he's the only elected person, apart from one other MP by the name of Ruby Hunt, who's in Ealing, who supports what you guys think. So he's actually been elected to the GLA. So he's an elected member of the GLA, and I'm going to hand it over him to have a few words with you. Thank you guys. Much love to Brixton. Much love to Lambert.
Thank you, Jodie. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. I'm David Curtin. I'm on the London Assembly. And so every month I ask questions to Sadiq Khan, who is pushing these low traffic neighbourhoods along with the boroughs like here in Lambeth and also Islington and Tower Hamlets and Wandsworth, and it's spreading around the city. And I know that this is a disaster for businesses that are getting caught up in this. because the traffic can't get through and they're losing businesses and customers, and we've heard from people today. And I'm so sorry for what's happening to you, business owners. If I could make the decision and change it, I would. But you've got a whole cabal of people at every level, in the councils, in the City Hall with Sadiq Khan, and right at the top in the government with Grant Shapps. The Minister for Transport is putting millions of pounds into doing this as well. So we've got a battle on our hands. But you are the people of this community, and you're speaking loud and clear. And it's a beautiful thing to see. So thank you for coming out and standing up for what's right. Because it is not right that people who are here supposed to represent you are doing things without consulting you in an undemocratic manner. I only got into politics 4 years ago. Before then, I was a chemistry teacher, living a normal life. But what I've seen is quite shocking, because a lot of the people who make the decisions treat consultations as just a rubber stamping exercise, as though they've made up their minds what they're going to do. They have a consultation, and whatever people say, they just do what they were going to do anyway. But they're not even pretending now to consult you. They're just closing off roads and closing off neighbourhoods without even asking you whether you want it or not, because there's a small number of people who think that's what they want to do. And it isn't doing any good for anyone or anything. So we've got to fight that. All over London, all over the country, we've got to fight these people who are acting in an undemocratic manner and take back our streets. Now, I'll be standing against Sadiq Khan in the London mayoral elections in May 2021, so you're welcome to vote for me there. And if I get in, I will stop TfL from doing these ridiculous things on TfL roads. But you've also got the roads which are controlled by the boroughs like Lambeth and Islington, so you need to get organised and get people into positions of power as councillors in this building behind you here. And God bless you, and all power to you as you do that and you organise and you take back your communities. Thank you everyone, bless you all.
What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? People, we are tired of London Council and other council telling us what to do, how to do it, how to live. We live in a democracy, and we should be told up. We should be consulted with any changes that they want to bring into our council, into our borough. We are the ones. We are the ones. Sorry, before I go on, can you please give David Curtin a round of applause? Can you please give Curtin a round of applause? Thank you so much. Guys, thank you all so much. Listen, we have got to bring this change. We've got to make sure that they take these LTNs away. As you can see, everybody, all the boroughs are against it, the majority. Yes, you'll get the cyclists, but it needs to be explained properly to them exactly what is going on. That we are not against cycling. We are not against the environment. We are against the councils taking away our freedom of movement. We are against the council. We are against the council telling us what to do. We are against the councils telling us this is what we're going to do, and you've got to put up with it. The council have come and they've closed our road. What do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want? Where do we want it? We say no to LTMs! No to what? 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 Come on, little wiggle. People, you know, it's really, really sad, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. There's been times that I've been out and I've had to go get to visit my mum. I look after her, I help her, and I've felt like I want to burst into tears because of the routes that I now got to do. It's made me feel, I'm not going to say depressed, but it's made me feel quite low with the way that they've changed the whole road system. It has made me feel down. And I can imagine, actually, I'm not going to imagine, I know when September comes back and the kids are going to school, oh my gosh, they're going to have trouble. They are going to have trouble because right now we are still in the August school holidays. When September comes back, there is going to be trouble, especially up north. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? I have a local resident. Here. She was a nurse. She's lived in Lambeth, Brixton. I'll give you the mic and you can tell the story.
I'm a local resident for 50 years. I can't get out of my house. I can't get out of my house. I'm not anywhere. I was a community request for 50 years. It's in my dress. So I've been locked up and I'm old lady now. So I have to come out. I have to go shopping. I have to go Tesco. I can't come to my house. My car is packed over 2 months now. So I'm sorry.
Thank you, Rita. So for those that didn't hear, Rita was a community midwife for over 30 years. So she drives. She's now a senior citizen and has to do her shopping. She cannot now drive a local 5-minute drive. She now has to drive for half an hour and she refuses to do that because of the pollution and because of sitting in the car for a long amount of time. Where do we want? Where do we want it? Where do we want? Where do we want it? Where do we want? Where do we want it? Where do we want? Where do we want it? We say no to LTNs. No to LTN. We say no to LTN. No to LTN. We say no to LTNs. No to LTN. We say no to LTN. No to LTN. And we're going to get rid of those councillors as well. Clear Holland, your days are numbered. Clear Holland, your days are numbered. You've done it all so long, believe me. Joshua Lindsay, your days are also numbered. And the other one, can't remember her name, but she's a Lindsay as well. Your days are numbered as well. Right, there is Christos here. We've got another speaker. Right, I've got somebody. Okay, we've got a resident here. David, tonight a question's just been asked. David Curtin, the London Assembly. We just had a question asked. My question to you is, only done it just for May 2021 for the elections before this situation changes. Why can't we just dismantle them? Take them down and that's done. We've said our bit. We have to accept it. That's my question.
Thank you. Yeah, you know, Parliament does have the power to dismiss Sadiq Khan under certain circumstances, so actually that is in...
dismissing Sadiq Khan, I'm talking about dismantling these things that are blocking the streets.
Dismantling the bollards, dismantling the low traffic neighbourhoods, that's what we want to do, yeah. It's the people here in Lambeth are putting them up, you know, they would have to take them down, but, you know, that's why we're here protesting. We want to take them down. And so, let's take them down.
All right, people, who wants to take them down? We can start the protest. Take them down. Take them down. Take them down. Take them down. Clear, you're going down. Clear, you're going down. And we're going to start working on it. If we are living in a democracy, we should be able to dismantle this regime. We shouldn't have to put up with this for another 2 years. We should be able to take them down now. And we've all got to be together. On Facebook, we have a group, it's called LTN Madness Lambeth. Okay? Get on there. There are lots of Facebook groups that are just, we're all coming together. We are planning to have a council-wide protest at some point. It's coming. Okay? Everybody, as Jody said, it's nationwide, and we're going to do something about it. But if we can dismantle Claire Holland, we are going to do it. Yes or no? What do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want? Where do we want it? No to LTNs! No to LTNs! No to LTNs! We want our freedom of movement. We should be able to drive on our roads. We should not be penalised for driving on roads we've been driven on for years. Why is this happening? There's something very wrong. Something very, very wrong. Think about it, people. If you cared about your residents, you would have sat down, Lambeth, and you would have spoken to us and asked us, what do we think? That's what you would have done, Lambeth Council. But no, you did not do that. You thought, oh, they're just a bunch of dumb residents. They're not going to know any different. They're not going to notice it. But oh, were you so wrong. What do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want? Where do we want it? And they expect us all. Okay, so they're talking about COVID, right? So they expect us all to come out of our cars, right, and cycle, or use London transport. Now, can you imagine all of us stop driving and decided to take a bus? Is that not going to increase the risk of COVID? Of course it would. So what rubbish are they talking about? Global warming. We're going to stop driving, or they're going to shut roads, and then they're going to move us to another road that's going to cause a bottleneck. It's caused so much problems since they've implemented this. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? Just like that. Jody? Okay.
Listen, Lambeth, thank you guys for being so welcoming and being out in the rain. And you know what? You've got to give Andrew a big cheer, you know. She set this up, right? She set this up for nothing. And you know what? From little acorns grow mighty oaks. And I'm telling you now, right? I'm telling you now. They know what's going on now. They know they're in there now. I'm telling you, they're in there. See that shut door? That's democracy in London. A shut door. They don't care. But they do care because there's a camera up there watching you, there's another one there watching you. They know what's going on. They're not stupid. And trust me, when you guys get out in your communities and you spread the word, then it's going to make changes. I'm telling you that now. Don't let the rain, wind, snow, whatever put you off. You've got to keep it going, guys. Because if you lose momentum, they're going to win. So you've got to decide when you're going to do your next protest. When you're going to do it again. Next one. Every week you've got to come here and stand here, and if you get more of you end up in that road and do what we did in Islington. And you block that road, and then it's game over. They are panicking then, alright? So, spread the word, get more and more people here. Good luck, Canberra. Take care, guys.
What do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want? Where do we want it? Thank you so much, Shady. Now, is anybody that would like to have a little chat? Because somebody like to let their voice be heard. Anybody?
Close the paper out so Tuesday and say sorry. And I would do the same as being that will get I wonder how many up Brixton Hill there are in Brixton Hill living in that as well. I mean, I'm lucky, I live on where I'm seeing traffic in Brixton Hill. My road is not through road. Like all these girls just wait less for them. And now they've turned me into but also now I can't get out my road.
I'm on East
Yeah.
I basically
Unbelievable.
And I can't get across.
Because of that little bit there. Now it's mental.
Running through the country to get out.
And the thing is, that's the thing is with all people that see the people there every council and it's such a good. Oh God, no, I will get it.
How do you know it's Michael?
There we are, there's a CCTV enforcement van. Yay!
Bloody well, mate. Your husband, how are you? Oh my God. I'm a Maddie, and I. No, but they can't get away with this shit, mate.
Yeah, man, you're right.
Trust me. It's not right. But
Oh, well done.
oh, thank you.
We're from Islington as well. Okay, Sean.
Thank you.
We've got to, keep it up, because
Thank
we
you so
started off
much.
like this.
Right,
It's small,
is
and
there
it just
anybody
grew
else
and
that
grew
would
and
like to
grew,
say
you know,
anything?
because you're just stamping over people's
just walking over, that's it.
So
And I'm
keep
also
it going,
looking at
keep
the
it going.
time, and we are meant to have Christos.
Hi everyone. So, I have a show on Talk Radio. I'm on at 10 o'clock every night, and we're one of the few radio stations that are covering what's happening across London and across the UK with these undemocratic, low-traffic neighbourhoods. I'm also a Brixton resident, and, sorry everyone, I'm a car owner. I know, that means that I should be hung, drawn and quartered. Council have a war on motorists. During lockdown, I did a Freedom of Information request, and they made £650,000 in parking tickets, whilst everyone else was furloughed and on lockdown. They issued 5,000 parking tickets to residents who couldn't renew their permits because the site had gone down. So these low traffic networks are a money-making scheme in order to try and penalise motorists that need to get to their destination. They're also pushing traffic, as you know, onto main roads, onto poorer areas, so that therefore rich councillors who've got their lovely houses in these low traffic networks end up with houses worth more money. It is so corrupt and it is so unfair. Now, had they had some sort of consultation, had a system been brought in where perhaps residents who have permits could pass through these roads, then perhaps we wouldn't have a problem. But that is not the case. They are bringing it in under cover of COVID. Show me, please, the medical evidence that tells me that a cycle lane cures COVID. Look at this here. I mean, look at the end of these roads. An ambulance doing an illegal right turn through broken lines because of the mess they've made of this junction. I've lived here 20 years. This junction's been two-way. It's been one-way. It's been contraflow. It's been two-way again. How much of our money is spent on these barking mad schemes and experiments? I'm sorry, but this council needs to be held to account by the people. And I'll say it again, show me the piece of medical evidence that a cycle lane cures COVID. It doesn't. No one was talking about a car-based recovery from COVID. Yet this council are saying that we were all planning on jumping in our cars, we were all planning on driving right, left and centre after COVID. It simply is not the case. So I'm against these low traffic networks. We are covering this where other media is ignoring it. So please tune in to Talk Radio. I've put in yet another freedom of information request with Lambeth Council to get a reply to today's news, and we will keep on this ourselves because we are against low traffic networks. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christoph, because I was waiting for you. That was fantastic. And I know you're a Brixton resident and up the road there, so I know you are definitely feeling the pain. We're all here because we're all feeling the pain. What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? Where do we want it? Jump up and down. What do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want? Where do we want it? Where do we want? Where do we want it? Lambeth Council, when we got here, your doors were open. They're shut now. And that's how we're going to be. We're going to turn our backs on you. And we're going to continue fighting. That's what we're going to do. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? Do you know what, people? Like I said, this is my very first time. And I'm really enjoying it, actually. But I don't want you guys to get wet again. And I'm keeping an eye on the skies. And we've had our speakers, most of our speakers, unless anybody else wants to speak again. But remember, this is not the end. What did I say? It's not the what? This is not the end. 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 Lambeth Council, we're coming back again. And again. And again. And again. People, all I can say, thank you so much for coming out in this weather. And we are all one. We are all Brixtonians. We are all going for this shite. Sorry. We are all, sorry, I keep forgetting. This is not just Brixton. This is everywhere. This is Balham. This is Atlantic Road. This is Shakespeare Road. Would you like to talk? This is Streatham. This is Islington. This is Ealing. Shepherd's Bush. It's everywhere. What are they doing? Are they trying to build a Berlin Wall in an underhand kind of way? That's what I'm thinking, because exactly where they've closed our roads, we are actually closed in. There's only one way in and one way out. Can you imagine? Oh my God, there's my homie. Anyway, what do we want? Where do we want it? Where do we want? Where do we want it? Where do we want? Where to be wanted? Where to be wanted? Where to be wanted? Make some noise! Thank you, everybody! Woo! For the music. Woo! Thank you guys so much.
Oh, yeah, Atlantic Road, yeah? Yeah. Okay, so how do you feel about the road closures?
Well, right now it's costing a lot of pain to the driver, especially my cab drivers.
Yeah.
Because since the office is here, if we're going to pick up at the market there, meaning that they have to go round and round to come back to the market.
And the market is right there?
I don't know if it's well planned. I don't know. I don't think it's well thought of anyway.
Okay. Alright, so did they approach you about these changes or did they let you know anything?
Some people said they approached them, but they didn't approach us directly.
No, okay.
They didn't.
They didn't. Alright, cool. So has your journey time been affected coming into work?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Look at that. A bicycle block or whatever the blood clot they want to call it, yeah, is in the road. In the middle of the road. How does someone turn left onto this street? Dafford Road.
Virtually it's slow for our business because it's causing a lot of confusion and traffic around the area here.
Okay. Alright then. Thank you for your time, yeah?
Thanks, my friend.
Alright, cool. Somebody please tell me and the rest of London why this road is blocked. Why is this road blocked? What's going on here? Why the whole road has to be blocked? What, little road works? What thing? Whole road blocked. This is the scenes of the traffic in Brixton just before 4 o'clock. Temporary traffic lights over there. There's no roadworks going on, just temporary traffic lights. So a lot of traffic is being caused due to the road closures further down the bottom of the road. You sir?
My name is Ali.
Ali, yeah? Where are we?
I'm on Atlantic Road. The road closure is not what we want.
It's not what you want.
It's not what everybody wants. You know, imagine coming out of COVID, we're struggling already. We got a lot on our head, we got a lot on our mind, and closing this road is adding more to it. The government should do more to assist us. The government should do more to support us. The government should do more to ease the stress, not add more to it. A lot of people will pass through this road without information. They'll get tickets on this road. It's not fair. If you're losing money, if you're losing business, and at the end of the day, the government is not even helping you, but adding more to it will not, it's not what we want. And the government should do everything to support their people. This is Brixton, you know, and I don't know, it is now, I'm so happy to have the opportunity to make such a video, so they should listen to our voice and do something about this. We don't want this, and they can still correct this. Okay. You know, thank you very much for what you're doing. You're doing a very good job, and we hope the government will do something about it. Thank you very much.
Okay, respect, sir. Yeah. Bless.
Thank you.
Before you go, okay, right. Before you go, this was a gentleman, Robert, who, okay, so I'm going to give you a little history to Robert. There were some problems at Loughborough Junction with the road, and Robert was the one that was able to get them to overturn their decision. So a big round of applause to Robert. Okay, I'm gonna read what he's in. Right. Over 30 years, I've lived in Brixton. I've seen this democratic council introduce some crazy projects and waste council tax money without a care in the world. These road closures have to be right up there with the most craziest of things. However, of course we all know it's going to create a great income with the penalty charge notice. They do, of course, need to claw back some cash for their terrible ongoing use of public funds. One example, of course, is just across the road there in Windrush Square, just over there. For anyone, that is unaware, this is important because I wanted to know what they're about. For anyone that doesn't know, the hideous concrete blocks that they've put up outside the Ritzy is in place as a temporary measure to prevent a terrorist attack. It costs us £325,000 with no consultation. Oh my God. Lambert, shame on you! Just today, the council have put in place planning consent to install 155 permanent bollards, 4 feet high, 1 foot wide, to stop terrorist attacks, even though in their own words there is no current specific threat. One personal example, moving on, one personal example of a 6-minute journey that Robert used to make locally has now become a 30-minute drive. So how can this council dare to attempt using cutting pollution levels as an excuse? These road closures are destroying businesses such as local local licensed minicab companies, as they can't get to people who want to be picked up and dropped off. And let's not forget the small businesses that are within the road closures. But in defence of the council, you will probably know that these ridiculous road closures are happening in many boroughs. I believe, Robert believes, that central government and TfL are behind this, telling local boroughs to implement these closures to force all traffic onto main roads. The infrastructure is not in place for the ultra-low emission zone in 2021. The cameras are only on the road. Finally, in my experience, the Roberts experience, the only way Lambeth ever take this is when people in numbers take direct action. So, let's close some main roads for them now. Or can we plan another day? Yes! Yes! I totally agree.
Close the roads. Right at the bottom.
Well done, Scandal.
Close all the roads that they use.
Lovely. Okay, so do you know what? We all got to work together, you know. We have to come together as a collective. We have to, or it's not going to work. And I remember back in the, I might not look old enough, but I remember the poll tax days, okay? They did not want to pay the poll tax, so what happened? They demonstrated, they did everything they could within their powers, and they got rid of it. We got rid of it as the people. We are strength. We are the power. We've got to work together. One of my suggestions, and hear this, because you're not going to like this, Lambert, whoever owns the car, we've got to pay our residents' permits. They sent me a gentle reminder that my permit payment is coming up. Lambeth Council, I'm not paying it. And I suggest that whoever has to pay a residence permit, you do not pay it. What we need to do is get a collective letter, we all sign it, and we tell them, you know, when it comes to councils, when it comes to politics, when it comes to government, one thing I know is that money talks, okay? They need to feel it in their pockets. because they want us to feel it in our pockets. When I get home, I'm on a group. You all got to go on Facebook. You all got to sign up, and we're going to come with our ideas, we're all going to talk, unlike what Lambeth does. We're going to talk together, and we're going to make a plan together, and we're going to make this council and all the other councils feel it. Because what we got to do, we got to get our streets back. What do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want? Where do we want it? You lovely, beautiful, good-looking people. I see some beautiful faces up there. Thank you all for coming. Look out for the next date because it's going to be very soon. We're looking for a date in September, maybe early September, okay? But please continue to fight the good fight, to stand up for the cause, because the power is in the people! Thank you guys, love you all. Hold on, sorry. Jane and Spencer, oh my God. Before we go, you see these two, they're my neighbours, right? This is Jane and this is Spencer. Local hairdresser, she's got her own business, and okay. And from the day that this has started, they have been canvassing non-stop. Oh my God, clap these people! They have not stopped. Right up until yesterday, I had to say, Spencer and Jane, you've done enough now. Just take it easy and prepare for today. Love you guys, and we're going to continue. Thank you so much. Eddie. Woo! Come on, somebody, Molly. What they say? Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. I'm sick and tired of the losing season. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Preach your man and tell me heaven is over the earth. I know you don't know what life is really worth. It's a part that people say. I've never been told, so now you see the light. Hey, stand up for your right. Come on, get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up.
And permits, because like if I can't go to where I want to and this and that area is no through road, what the fuck am I paying for a permit for? I'm paying to park on my road. Like I shouldn't have to pay to park on my road. There's a permit is to cover most of Brixton, from Brixton Road to up to Acre Lane. Like what the fuck am I paying a permit for? 160 odd pound, 168 pound, and I'm not even getting to use it. Yeah, mad.
Three buses, all them cars. Do you know anybody who has disabilities that are suffering from these changes?
Yes, I have a lot of customers who are have disability who come to my shop, and this affects them a lot because some coming from the hospital end, and when they come at Atlantic Road here, they can't make a left. They have to go up, come back round, and to turn. In front of Atlantic Road here now, when all the traffic go around and come back and turn right here, because there's a camera sign to say you can't go through. You can see small vehicle turn, big vehicle cannot turn across this small road here. they have to be reversing right back up. And nobody know what is happening. Nobody can explain anything at all. Atlantic Road, there's a dead end, there's nothing, right? If you walk on, coming from at the end of Coal Harbour coming up, there's a main traffic going straight up into the town. When you go up into that traffic and to come back, nobody's going to go up to Town Hall to drive to come back down on Atlantic Road to buy a patty for £1 or to buy a bread for £1 and go back. Nobody will do that. So based upon that, we are losing our business. It is deteriorate all our business, not me alone, all the other business here on this road here. There's nobody coming. Because if you force the traffic to go up into the town and to turn back into that traffic to come back down here, there's nobody's going to want to come down here to buy something or to spend £1 or to do anything. Nobody's going to want to do that. People over the years, people used to make the left turn, they used to come straight through, they used to stop for 5 minutes or 10 minutes and go through from wherever in London you go. And I know that this was one of Brixton main road. Now you cut it off, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah. So in terms of you being close to the hospital, do you think that's affected the emergency services?
It affects everybody, emergency service, everybody. People coming from the hospital, people going to the hospital, everything. It affects everybody. When the bus is coming up and the emergency services coming up, nobody have nowhere to go, nowhere to turn. And it is really, somebody in authority need to take this resident into consideration and have some form of dialogue with both the residents and the people who are doing business in Lambeth. We have to pay rent, we have to pay light bill, we have to pay electricity bill, we have to pay business rate, we have to pay staff, we have to pay tax, and we have a lot of overhead to pay. And if we can't get customers to get money in to pay our overhead, that means you're forcing us out of business. Lambeth Council can have the choice to come to small business like us and say, listen, we don't want to see you people on our high street anymore. Pack up and go. If that's what they want, just tell us. But psychology, don't use the psychology on us by cutting off the road, making us suffer, forcing us to go for bankruptcy, forcing us to ask for loan, where you can't afford to pay. I've been doing business for several years and I've never asked for loan. Now I'm forced to ask for loan to pay my light bill, to pay my bills also because we're not surviving.
Okay, so they've raised the rates on you then? Is that
well, we are expecting the rates and so on is going to be going up. We are paying to dispose of our garbage, we have business rate to pay, we have a lot of overhead. And if you're pushing away the customers from where we're doing our business, how are we going to pay the bills? How are we going to pay the bills? And I think somebody needs to speak to us. We need to hear from the authority to say what is happening. What are we going to do? What are we really going to do? Because it is really frightening.
Okay.
Right? A lot of people are planning to close. What are you going to do? And I think if Lambeth wants small business like us on Atlantic Road to close, I think the decency, they could just meet with the people on Atlantic Road and say, look, we do not want you on Atlantic Road anymore. We have plans for Atlantic Road. And move on. But tying our feet, shackle our feet, and say run, it is totally inhumane. And all the business on Atlantic Road, we have been shackled by Lambeth Council because we cannot do nothing.
Okay.
There's nothing we can do.
So in terms of the signage, or of these signs, allegedly it's meant to be a trial situation where the scheme is meant to run for 6 months. Have you seen any sign that's told you that it's a trial?
I see no sign that it's a trial because the little knowledge I have, if you're doing a trial, then you have dialogue while you're having a trial. I see no dialogue with Lambeth Council. So you come with, you're the Lord God Almighty, you put your law down, whether you like it or not, or move on. If you're having a trial, you dialogue with your resident. I personally do not see nor hear about any form of dialogue with Lambeth, nor with the residents, nor with the business. I heard of people who wanted to demonstrate, I heard about people who wanted to do a lot of things because they are frustrated. And when you force people to demonstrate or to go on the street from things like that, you're forcing them to do things that they don't want to do. Lambeth could have dialogue with the resident, the business people, and say, this is what we like to do, how it would affect you, and what is your input or your whatever you want to say in that area. None of that have been happening to anywhere in Brixton. If it happened in Brixton, not on Atlantic Road, because I live good with all the business people here on Atlantic Road, and we talked about with each other, and I'm quite sure if something like that was happening, personally I would have heard.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your time, sir, and keep up with the business.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure talking to you, my friend.
Yes. Who are you?
My name's Anish.
And where are we?
Local business, been around for the last 30 odd years. Company named Rapid Photo.
Rapid Photo in Brixton, yeah?
Yes, mate.
Oh, okay. How do you feel about the road closures?
It's not great. It's I travel in from Ruislip, which is about an hour and a half journey.
Yeah.
It's now added on a further half hour to my journey because of the closure, especially with Vauxhall Bridge closing. Something I thought that they could have probably done during lockdown. All of a sudden now they've decided to close the bridge down, which now means that we have to go around going over Lambeth Bridge, which adds on another half an hour, especially morning traffic. It's an absolute nightmare, And even the commute back home in the evening, it just takes an extra half an hour, 45 minutes to my journey.
Okay. So was you consulted about the road closures as your business owner in the area?
I found out probably about a week before they were going to close the roads, and that was through listening to the radio. There was nothing online, because I even tried to go online and have a look. There was nothing online at the time. I'm assuming there probably is now that it's closed, but it was just trying to work out a journey, because going through Vauxhall Bridge was the only way into Brixton for me without having to go through the congestion zone. Luckily now, obviously, we're exempt from the congestion zone because of the closure.
Okay. All right then. Thanks for your time, yeah?
Thanks very much.
All right, bless.
Thanks. Nice.
Who are you, sir?
Hello, I'm Mark Peak.
Okay, what's your business?
Balance Cafe on Ferndale Road.
Balance Cafe on Ferndale Road. So, how do you feel about the road closures?
It hasn't affected my business personally, because people are still coming back and forth. And but if you were going to close Ferndale Road, at least make sure that there would be some route to get onto Acre Lane, rather than people having to go all the way around, or not even having a sign at the bottom of the road saying you can't go this way or no turn onto Acre Lane.
Yeah.
You should have told the residents 6 months before you were making any changes, or at least make them aware. I know that it was available online and it was in the Brixton Bugle and things like that, but it should have been through people's letterboxes. And because nothing's changed, and online on Google Maps it hasn't changed either. So everyone's going down there, finding out that they can't get through, coming back again, and then going all the way around. So not only have they tried to reduce, I don't know whether it was to reduce emissions or anything like that, but they've just made it worse.
They've made it worse.
They've made it worse.
Made congestion worse.
Yeah. It's been like this ever since.
Yeah.
For 10, 15 years. So why would you change it now when everyone's happy and living there?
Yeah,
and,
I've never really heard of Ferndale being a traffic area, so why would they change it?
And they haven't taken into consideration the old people that live down the road. Now the ambulances find it hard to get down there.
Yeah.
What happens if there's a fire down there? How is the fire service meant to get through?
Yeah, that's
I know they say, oh right, fire and emergency services can get anywhere. Well, when there's two big blocks blocking the road, how are they meant to get anywhere?
Okay, yeah. So for example, to say, if you was to live on, say, the other side of Paul Ross Road, and you was disabled, do you think that it'd be easy for them to get to the doctors next to the refill?
No.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't.
It wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't.
Wouldn't, would it?
No, it wouldn't, because they'd have to go all the way around instead of just coming straight through.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, at the end of the day, look, it's about health and safety. Yeah. If you cover those things first, the first thing, whenever you're making changes or something like that to roads or whatever the laws might be, the first thing that you need to address is safety of the people that live in the area, and they haven't done that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right. Thanks for your time. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool, bro. Bless.
I hope that was.
So this is the person they're saying that you should talk to. Yeah, you should talk to. You can see 07860 180545. But it doesn't say what you want to talk about. It says you want to talk to them. So we'll ring the number and find out what they have to say about restricting this road. So as you can see, walking down here, a lot of pedestrians? No. Do people need to social distance on this road? No. Look at this. This is ridiculous. You're making a whole heap of traffic and emissions and causing people to be angry. You're making, you know, a lot of cars come off the road with all your behaviour. Yeah? Fuck the government, yeah? Fuck you lot, bro, because you're just fucking up everything for everybody, bro. Look at that. What's the road closed for? Doesn't even say it. It just says road ahead closed. You don't see no road work, no roadmen, yeah, construction workers doing anything, bro. You just see that the road is closed and you can't use it, and that's just because they said so, not because they have any other reason. So we'll continue this walk down this road. Nice, beautiful Brixton. Even to come onto this road, yeah, from Cold Harbour Lane, yeah, you can't turn right. Where's the sign? Over here, the traffic light. You can't turn right. So to get onto that road there was a difficulty anyway. But, you know, as we progress, I'll show you where else you can't turn. It's really ridiculous why they're restricting the people in London when they're driving their car around the town. Look at that. You can't turn right here, so you can't go that way. And if you're this way, you can't go that way. You only can go that way or straight. And I'm probably won't be able to go up there anymore with all their new road restrictions. So I don't know why the road is closed and who it's to benefit, but it's not benefiting no one, because I see business owners with their trucks and vans down here. Why can't a normal person come down here? Well gone, brother. Yeah, man. Just filming the little road restriction. Yeah, man, car. They're taking the piss, bro. I've had enough. Had enough of these people, bro. But respect, bro. Many times. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, back on the move again. So down here, no social distancing. Yeah, there's no traffic. There's no construction workers doing any work on this road, but the road is blocked. So we're gonna walk all the way down the road, try to see why the road is closed. So come to the end of the road where it says access only. Even though after 6 o'clock at night time, yeah, you as a person who drives a car can turn down here and turn right and then go left, you know, to exit this area, but you can't go up this road. It's all preparation for them to get rid of the car users and have all them bicycles on the roads. Yeah. And you see how they got the congestion charge, the ULS charge, yeah, charging you £17.50 7 days a week between the hours of 7 a.m. in the morning till 10 a.m. at night. Yeah. It shows you that they don't want you in their city. They're making all these restrictions and stuff like that to make your life hard. Yeah, but don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Where's the workmen? Bet if you come here every day, bro, you hardly see any workmen here. Why is the road closed? And we pay taxes every day. Don't we pay congestion zone every day, but why is the construction workers not working? Where are they? Look at this. Where's the workers? Been around here numerous times, and I should have filmed from the other days and weeks that these things have been here. Yeah? Look, bro, no workers there. No workers. Oh, the road is closed. All the way up till 2021. So, block the road, yeah, for people not to use, and then there's no workers. Where's the workers? Yeah, where's these important workers or whatever you want to call them, bro?